And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, Inside Sports Fantasy Football, and Game Source. We truly appreciate everyone out there listening to all of our great shows. And if you can, please give us that 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. And I do want to give a big special shout out to our audio listeners with one of our biggest downloads of the season and our history of our show for our last podcast. So thank you to you. And we didn't do so bad here on the video end as well. And if you like really what we do each and every time out, give us a like and also a subscribe right there, wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, Trovo, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. We love you all the same. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you can. Plus, if you can go ahead and give a shout out to everyone out there at LakersBall.com. You know, Ox 1947 was mumbling and grumbling his way through today's game at LakersBall.com. Plus, also as well, if you can go ahead and have your lawn transformed into something special and you live in the Southern California area today, you can with Simblades, Simblades with the Y.com. Also, as well, our good friends at Lakerholics.com, Jamie Sweet and Laker Tom are there for you. Be part of the conversation today at Lakerholics.com. Also, as well, don't forget our live watch parties. Big special shout out to Forever Laker 24 and one of the great hosts of our live watch party, Nick Medina. Nick and I had some great conversations all game long. So appreciate him. And also Sean was in there for a bit, but he was having technical issues. So hopefully you can get that straightened out. But yes, big shout out to Sean and Nick in our coverage right there for you at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Plus our good friends at the Hoop Heads Podcast Network. And if you could support all of that, it is sincerely appreciated. Well, our chat room, the best Lakers chat room that's out there here at the Lakers Fast Break is already starting up. Zanger Sign says they gave up too many open threes. They do that every single game, Z. It's all about a make or miss league, and there's some good three-point shooters. KCP and some other good three-point shooters there on Denver, and they showed that tonight. The Lakers coming off the high of a 5-game winning streak, really getting everybody really enthused. I had on my Lakers jacket today. I was styling and profiling. I have on my Lakers sweats with LeBron James on the side, looking all great, and everybody's commenting, "Hey, Lakers, they're doing well. Hey, Lakers, they're doing great." I'm feeling all confident as I go through and do my daily things. Then all of a sudden, I got word via the Twitter that LeBron James is sitting out with left ankle soreness. 3 words I don't like to hear very much, but when playing 3 games in 4 nights, plus heading into the best home record and a high altitude in the Mile High City, things were not looking good. This was looking more and more like a schedule loss, and indeed it was, as LeBron sat out, and along with AD, Austin Reeves, Troy Brown Jr., all sitting out, and Patrick Beverley getting hurt with his hip in the second half. The Lakers really were no match for the Denver Nuggets. And the Denver Nuggets really looking good, leading the Western Conference or tied at the top of the Western Conference, having won 10 in a row, won 11 in a row at home with a 122-109 victory. And here today to talk about today's game, guy who can't hide a smile, probably got some joke in store for me. Still owes us some wings along with me right there for you. So we do remember the Wings Challenge. It is a good man indeed, no matter what he says about me. You got to go ahead and check out what he's doing today as Ox1947 at LakersBall.com. And also as well, his awesome business, Simblades with the Y.com. It is Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here, my friend. It looks like it's just you and me tonight. The participation from us is always there. We're getting it out. My left ankle might be sore from redoing the garage over the weekend and taking down the Christmas lights, but you know what? I'm still ready for action.
Well, I'm not sore physically, but I'm sore mentally.
That's a good point, Jim. We still look better than TCU.
From the absolute mail-in of 2 teams tonight. One was to some degree the Lakers, but definitely TCU. However, neither one was a surprise.
No.
We're talking about a team in Denver that hasn't lost a game at home since December 6th.
Yeah.
That's a long time. We had very little firepower, and then we also had Russell Westbrook doing his annual, daily, weekly, monthly, not knowing who or what he is routine. And it obviously just did not work well at that point. And it was entertaining to some degree, but not really. But like I said, it was likely the result that was going to happen.
You can't take much away from today's game.
It's a
But
loser. It's still a loser's mentality, though, and I don't like it. The only reason why I think I'm okay with it right now is because I have had a few drinks tonight, and
that's why he's got the smile.
Well, while it takes an enormous amount of liquid to really get me off, I don't really ever really get off. It's just really, it's just better, maybe a little bit better banter. As far as the smile, I'm smiling because I found the comments on the greatest Laker talk show hilarious. I think the first comment that made me chuckle was, what was it? Was it Blue Magic? That slow death and painful death. I am traumatized. Please, it's going to be okay.
This was a schedule loss. As soon as they said the words, LeBron is out.
I can't tell you how bad that is. But because this is the way of the world now, we have to acclimate to the fact that there are just players now that just say, you know what? I'm not playing tonight. And the easiest thing to do is just laugh, giggle, I don't know, be secretly depressed. And you know how when people are really, really sad, they kind of giggle or laugh their sadness. I got word that LeBron wasn't playing tonight about maybe 10 minutes before the game started. I was sitting there going, this is 2023. This is just something we have to, I guess, get used to. And at that point, I figured, why go with Denver even? Might as well just forfeit the game and save your guys a game's worth of abuse. Can you imagine that? I mean, think about that for a second. If the Lakers had literally called the NBA office and said, you know what? We're not playing tonight. We forfeit the game. What would have happened in the NBA at that point? It would have been news all over the sports world, even in the regular news world. Seriously, has any team ever in the history of the NBA just forfeited a game? I don't know of any. If you know any, let me know. But yes, 7D Haven 1. I do have a buzz, but it's not really there anymore. It's sort of kind of gone now. I wasn't expecting to have a national championship kind of festivity, whatever you want to call it, tonight. I did start getting to that point until Georgia pretty much sealed the game in about 8 minutes in. And then, of course, I was watching the Laker game during that time as well. It was much easier to watch the game because I didn't have to watch the football game was over by the second quarter. But I'm just hiding behind my sadness. I figured LeBron would be playing the game, and the fact that he didn't pretty much seal the results for us tonight.
Once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. It's Joe Soro from LakersBall.com. And myself, Gerald Glassford. The Lakers, unfortunately, they just didn't have enough tonight. 122 to 109. And I said this in the or during the live watch party when the Lakers cut it down to 5, in the third quarter, and it was starting to look like the Lakers might have just a glimmer of hope. And Nick, you could hear from Nick and I talking. We just did not have that confidence. We could just see that it just was going to take a light switch turning on the Denver side. Nikola Jokic just flowing that offense. I mean, when they are clicking, that Denver offense is really hard to guard against because he makes so much of these players so much better. He makes these players their job a lot easier on the offensive end because they pass the ball so well. And I know that the stats were out there when they just did that Aaron Gordon trade and they'd won 8 in a row and they were playing like better than anyone in the league. Uh, I'm not talking Clippers. I don't know where you could talk. I've not said anything about that team. Joe keeps bringing this stuff up. He's on. Remember, Joe, you're talking to Joe, who's had a wee too much of the drink tonight. So, Richard, everything is cool. I've not been talking Clippers, so let's leave it at that. I will say though, I am talking Nuggets, and the Nuggets are playing like now that they have Murray back. Murray's starting around into shape. Michael Porter Jr. starting around into shape. They look like a tough competitor. Joe himself had Denver as a team heading up the Western Conference, along with myself, as far as being at the top of the Western Conference. So they're not a joke. But when you go in there and they won 10 in a row and you go in so shorthanded, that's a tall order to ask, Joe.
Yeah, but we had a day off. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in LeBron for not
Because there
showing.
was so much momentum.
And this is right after hearing a lot of the "you guys know what needs to be done" comments. This is the problem with LeBron is the greatest two-hole speaker in the history of sports. One hole is up top, the other hole is on the bottom. And if you're going to talk about putting your management on blast, I'm cool with that. I'm going to state that for the record. You're right. But you need to show up tonight. Why are you sitting down? We won't win without you here tonight. We might win with you. So this is the problem with today's mentality. You have justification on things and then you reverse it at the same time. I just don't know what to say other than that. I don't know where to go beyond that. We're constantly playing tennis, pickleball, racquetball, whatever sports cliche you want to use with this. I want my stuff done the way I want it, but guess what? I'm not going to show up either. Am I wrong in saying that?
No.
Is being interpreted the wrong way? I don't know what else to say here other than you can't talk smack unless you show up. And maybe that's what's keeping management, well, not really, because management sucks at their job, number one. Could be more than one thing that happens in life. But it's just not, it's, what are you going to get? If you don't care, if you want to win championships, you want to be relevant in this league, what are you waiting for? What are you holding back for? Go all the way. If you get injured in game 70, what difference does it make at this point? Go all in. If you're going to talk smack, go all in. You get hurt, hey, at least you can hang your hat on something that says, you know what, I tried my best, and you're 100% in. But this is not. It's a constant 50% everywhere you go. I want what I want, but I want it under my terms. When you're in a team sport, you don't have that choice. You don't. You're not playing tennis. You're not in a car doing Formula One or NASCAR. I gave LeBron credit, and it's funny how, for those who don't believe there's someone controlling something in the world, I mean, I actually gave LeBron credit for being aggressive in his demands, right? But what happens as soon as I give LeBron credit, he reverts back to Mr. Passive Aggressive dude, or he doesn't show up. You got to show up. You're gonna talk smack. You got to show up. At the very least, you got to show up. If you lose tonight playing, I'll still have more respect for what you're saying. But if you're yapping about, hey, we need to win, and then you don't show up day off after winning 5 straight, wanting to keep that momentum going, especially when you're going to play Dallas on Thursday. I mean, you guys tell me, am I expecting too much? Wait, I'm a fan that's expecting star players to be available every game. Wow, what a mean person. Really? Is this what it's gotten to? Who are the people out there that are getting paid millions of dollars to talk about this? Are they talking about this? No, they're not talking about it. They're talking about who's doing what over here and who's the greatest and who's this and who's that. Focus on now. You're going to talk smack? Show up tonight. Didn't show up tonight.
No, he didn't. And that's a shame for the Lakers because they were shorthanded tonight. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers unfortunately lose and they fall 122 to 109. Very short-handed Lakers team. There was again noted that Patrick Beverley, who is Joe Soro's favorite player, he sat down the second half after suffering a hip injury. Don't know the extent, but don't believe to be too serious. The Lakers get a couple extra days off and before they start a nice long homestand. I think it's a 5-game homestand. So let's go ahead instead of look at the negative because again, this looked like it was going to be a schedule loss all the way. When you go to Denver, that's part of the reason why Denver gets you with each and every year, each and every season with such a great home record. A, they're the altitude. B, the way they set the league sets these trips up for these teams. They come in there on a back-to-back, or in this case, 3 out of 4 games, the third game in 4 days. These teams are tired, and to play in the high altitude, that just sets it up for Denver to go ahead and succeed a lot more than they would. So, it's the way it goes. It's the high altitude Denver. It's the way the league sets it up. But I want to move on to instead of the negatives because you could go ahead and stress on the turnovers. You can go ahead and stress on the fatigue. You can go ahead and stress on the fact that there wasn't much out there as far as a bench is concerned tonight, a rotation because you're playing so many rookies. You're playing so many players that are marginal at best out there for the Lakers tonight. You can go on and on and on about that, but I think this again exemplifies as soon as LeBron sat down more and more like a schedule loss, like you were planning on the schedule to make this a loss and just go at it. But the thing that disturbs me the most is you're not doing this and you're not 21-19. You're 19-21 and you're still counting these losses on the schedule as a definite. And the way you're planning it out and the way you're thinking about it, running this team saying, oh, well, we're just going to chalk it up as a loss in Denver. You don't have the room to do that. You have all this momentum and you just throw it away by just these throwaway games in Denver. That's what irritates me. But it is the way it is. Like you said in your text to me earlier, that's the NBA.
Yeah, you had a off Jokic tonight on top of it.
Yeah. He got a triple-double, but only 12 points.
Yeah, you had an off Jokic. Who knows what would have happened had your team playing, gutting it through. And really, if you're a 7-8 year player trying to get their next contract, even though it's a pussy way to go, I would buy into that a little bit where you're not, put too much effort in it because you're just thinking about winning. I'll buy that. I'll buy it, but you're not really relevant in terms of winning. You never are, and that's what most players do. But you're LeBron James. You've been playing 20 years. What are you back for at this point? Go all out. Try to back up your yap. I'm not putting all this on LeBron. But at the same time, it's a mentality. It resonates throughout the team. It resonates. It looks like it's resonated through management. I'm sure that Maverick and Rich Paul and all those guys kind of thought the same. Like they're going to support their guy, right? Because their jobs are based off that. Their jobs have been based off that for 2 decades or however long they've been together. And what it does is it creates a loser's mentality. No matter how you want to look at it, no matter how much you want to justify it, it's a loser's mentality, and it resulted in a loss after a 5-game winning streak where the team has been building this momentum and this confidence, and you just axed it like it was nothing. For what? What are you resting for? You want to play 80 years? What are you waiting for? You're already 2 games before we went into this game. 2 games under 500. We need to get to the next step. You have New Orleans playing tonight, who won? You're really battling them besides the playoff spot to make sure you don't lose out on top tier talent because you know they're going to be able to switch that. So it's just I don't think I'm ever going to understand this method of thinking. And it doesn't look like the NBA gives 2 garbages for it. Sorry, I had to use that word. I want to use the 4-letter word. They don't care because they're getting their TV contracts. They don't want to offend anyone, just like 90% of the wussy ass population. They don't want to offend anyone. The TV people, all they care about is getting clicks and getting theirs, and they'll just talk about mundane, oversaturated BS. So what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about the fact that we saw essentially a team quitting before the game started. Yes, quitting after a 5-game winning streak where you were building so much of a mentality that you completely just threw in the trash. If I'm over exaggerating, you tell me. I don't know.
Well, again, you're not. They knew going in that they wouldn't have very much of a chance to win, and they played like it tonight, and just the mentality of it all, just going through the motions at many points in time. Yes, they cut the lead down to 5 in the third quarter, but the turnovers, just the accuracy of the shots obviously wasn't there. It was a tired team going into a thin air of Mile High City, and that's just setting out yourself up for a bad combination. That's how Denver gets a lot of its wins, but they're a quality team. I'm not going to put anything. Again, Joe and I, during our NBA season outlook, we picked them to go ahead and win the regular season in the Western Conference, be number 1 in the regular season for Western Conference. So we did that simply because we thought there were so many things for them. But when it comes to the Lakers, I mean, you have all that momentum. I mean, you see now the numbers that we're doing as compared to what we were doing on Saturday's game. I mean, it's just not even close because of the fact that people are so bummed out by what they saw tonight. I'm hoping they can turn around because the Lakers do have a 5-game homestand starting with Dallas on Thursday that they can easily get back on the right track. LeBron comes back. Maybe you get Austin Reeves or Troy Brown back. I know Austin Reeves is probably another week away at least with that hamstring. Maybe Troy Brown hopefully will come back sooner rather than later. Maybe Lonnie Walker will come back sooner rather than later. Maybe we get some guys back in the rotation that can help us. But if LeBron comes back to match up against Luka, hopefully their whole team is mad after what happened at the beginning of this streak when the Lakers got their ass handed to them in the third quarter on Christmas. Maybe they'll remember that and be very motivated on Thursday night.
We live in a bipolar world, a bipolar society. Human beings have always been selfish. That's what we are by nature. But it's more accepted these days than ever. And the more you yap about entitled, being pampered and taken care of, it's funny how the moment it's you being pampered and catered to, you quickly forget the what that kind of creates. That's why you have all these Instagram skanks on TV or whatever, yapping about whatever, people listening to them, whatever. Yeah, I'm going there. And it's just that's what this is. This is a nonstop, selfish, I'm going to do what I want to do, even though I'm getting paid $40 million a year to do. And we have to watch these car commercials in between these games and whatever dope they're slinging to help your anxiety and your crooked walk, whatever the hell it is. We're sitting here. That's how these guys justify everything. They justify it because we're watching all this crap. We're watching this product do its thing. We're happy. We're enjoying ourselves 2 days earlier, and then now we're going, what product that I want to watch? Oh, we're just taking the main thing out. Why? They don't feel really good right now. Yeah, exactly. Sticks and extendos. I want to see more Morongo Casino so I can go spend my money and go broke. Everything is geared towards spend your money, go broke, and buy a car you can't afford. On top of the fact that your team sucks because your main guys are not available. What else is there? What else do you want me to say? What else? That's what it is. That's all it is. Get your money. Bring me your money. Okay, fine. I'll give you my time and my money. Can you at least put a product on there? My time and money? Sterling Brown, is that what you're giving me on January 9th, 2023? Sterling Brown? I didn't even know this guy existed until 2 days ago.
He's played in the league for a while.
This is what the $3 billion Spectrum Sportsnet is providing us? Who's going to say anything? Mike Trudell? Who's going to say anything? Geer? James Worthy? No. Paid by these chumps to say, hey, the Lakers didn't really come out really well. Really didn't come out really well. You sent a bunch of guys with sticks, not even sharp sticks, in a fight where people had guns. That's what they gave. That's what the Lakers went into tonight. You didn't give them any chance to do anything tonight. This is after, again, solidifying yourself as a coherent team without one of the big stars. And then you just said, oh, we're just going to stop doing that tonight. Because we're so far ahead of everyone at this point. Oh, really? You're still a 10th, 11th seed. What are you doing? Who said you have wins and losses to sacrifice? It's just I don't know. When did this mentality become okay? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I wasn't around playback tonight because I'm just disgusted. And I don't want to do anything for 2.5 hours talking about why is Cole Swider right now in a game where you need your stars or a star to be in this game so that we can have a chance. Imagine we're down 5 and you have LeBron James in that game. Maybe we don't choke up 5. Maybe we tie it up. Maybe we have a chance. It's just not. I don't think I'll ever be able to get used to this. I just really don't. I don't know what the mentality is here. And if anybody argues against, sit down with you all day and let you know the logic. It's just not good.
Once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do lose 122 to 109. The Lakers unfortunately fall to 19 and 22, still stuck in 11th place in the Western Conference. Utah and Oklahoma City are fading a little bit, so that may not be the issue. It's just how can we get the Lakers back on a roll? They are heading home for a 5-game homestand. I really want to go ahead and say I'm confident that the Lakers, I think they can go 4-1. I'm going to get some of that Laker Tom enthusiasm, pixie dust all over me here and say that the Lakers can go 4-1 in the next 5 games on the homestand. I really think that they can turn the momentum back around in their favor with a good homestand. So we'll see what happens there. I do want to mention though that according to the chat, the world's greatest chat that's out there, Douglas Jenkins, I believe, mentioned it. Said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Howe. Jim Howe mentioned that you should go on Cameo, my friend, and charge people for 1 to 2 minutes of berating them. So you, for their birthday or for special occasions, you could go ahead and berate them and should get paid for it. How does that sound, man?
I appreciate that but I don't want to get paid for being.
You'd make a lot, I bet.
I don't look. At some point, this is going to be a show that bring in a revenue that's accommodating. At this point, guys, I'm not thinking really about money. I'm thinking about the story of what I'm seeing. It's not anything other than that. I'll tell you what we're seeing. Our job is to tell you and commentate what is going on. We were so happy 2 days ago, and I'm out and about. It's National Championship Monday. I'm excited about doing a dual view of the championship game and the Laker game. And I hear that LeBron is not playing 10 minutes before the game starts. And at that point, I'm going, and then I'm watching the national championship game to kind of get my mind off it. And that game was a complete blowout. I knew that Georgia was going to win. I didn't know they were going to win like that. So I kind of, but I didn't expect quitting today on the Lakers side. Quit. This was a quitting of all quitting. And I'm just not, I don't care how it comes off. It is lousy, pathetic that they gave no value to go and continuing the they have no business not playing hard and trying to get through whatever they need to get through to try. I'll have more respect for you if you had lost this game, but they didn't try to win the game tonight. You said kids out there that have no ability to anything of an NBA level at this point, and you essentially, and you know, the coach didn't say anything. That coward Rob Pelinka didn't say anything. That freaking dunce Jenny Buss didn't say anything. You don't hear any of that. All you hear from those clowns is chase, nothing, and I don't know what else the Jeannie does all, and whatever it is she does. I don't even know what she does all. It's aggravating. I'm not very happy right now, and I haven't been happy for the last five hours. Garbage, because we keep going back and forth with them, talking about it.
Once again, it's the Lakers fast break. Lakers unfortunately fall 122 to 109. Joe is not a happy camper. Hopefully things will turn around where he can become a happy camper once again. It was so good to see him in such a cheery and good mood on Saturday to see it all go downhill after maybe a bit of the beverages as well that he had during the celebration tonight as far as the Georgia coronation as college football champions, and congratulations to them as back-to-back champions. Zangerstein says, honestly, you could still be happy with the Lakers doing this, unlike the team, which, well, Joe says I talk about all the time, apparently, who have paid all the wings and can't figure it out. 6-game losing streak. That's true. But again, for me, I was thinking about a lot. No, Sticks. No, sorry. It'll never be that.
Sticks and what is it? What's his name? What's the second?
Sticks and something.
Sticks and X. Excellent observation. You keep doing what you're doing, my friend. You've got Gerald pegged.
No, you do not have Gerald pegged. Gerald mentions that team once a week, and then you say that that's a categorical lie by Joe Soro right there for you. And we'll just leave it at that.
Categorical.
Yes. Douglas Jenkins says the Lakers can match up with the Nuggets if it was a 1-8. Then it probably won't be as much as a factor because you're playing 2 in a row at the Mile High. Then it's not the thin air is not much of a factor. They space the playoffs out. It's more set for TV. That would actually, for me, be a more realistic matchup if they were playing in, like you said, a 1-8 scenario. I think the Lakers would match up very well, similar to what they did against Phoenix before AD got hurt. So I would agree with you there. Richard, it isn't so. It isn't so. So Joe has blown this all over porch. He likes throwing targets, and he ran out of targets because all these other targets are not around the show. And so he finds another target with me, and there you go. So,
Hey, I didn't bring it up. Our audience brought it up. I didn't bring it up. I'm just.
You brought it up. No. You
they
brought
know what's
it up.
going on.
You brought it up last week, and ever since then, the crowd has been still on it because you bring it up. So it's just that's it. No love on this channel. No, hey, I've got no love for them at all. I can't stand them, but I'm not going to ignore them. I can't. I am told, or I am here to give you the best advice I can on not only the Lakers but the NBA. So when I made my predictions for the season, I put that into account. And there you go. I hope they lose.
Who did I say was going to be a
big.
1 seed in the West?
Allow me to finish, Mr. Beverage Man. I hope they lose. I hope they lose big. I hope they never get a world championship. They'll always see. There you go. I'm not drinking Coke, so it doesn't bother me. But I will say again, I hope that team loses. I hope that team loses a lot. But I started the Lakers fast break. I was born next to where the Lakers played. I wasn't born next to where the Clippers played. So there you go. I'm more of a Lakers fan than anybody out there. So that I can tell you for sure. Is that alcoholic Pepsi for you?
Negative. This is clear Pepsi.
Okay. All right. Sober yourself up, Joe. Sober yourself up indeed. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. The Lakers fast break. Thanks a lot, Joe. You have these people saying all these negative stuff about me all the time. It's just like you feed these people, you feed our great chat that does such great things, that is so much better than anywhere else you go, and you feed them all these things knowing that they'll just eat it all up when it's not true.
It is, though.
It is not.
It is true. Yeah.
It is not.
Look, the truth hurts, Gerald Glassford. And for those who elaborate on the truth are usually, what do they say, don't kill the messenger?
It is not.
I'm usually the messenger. Sorry. Don't kill the messenger.
I see more of the footage than anybody else because you got to remember, I not only see the footage,
I think
not only tape it live, I actually go back and re-edit it for audio. I have to listen to this and see this actually 2 or 3 more times each and every time. So I know better than anybody. Sorry.
Listen, Gerald, I know you like the Clippers. It's okay.
No, I don't like the Clippers.
Just don't do it on the show.
But I told you, I call it like I see it. You like the Clippers because I can tell you like the Clippers. Joe Soro talks about the Clippers more than I do.
I don't.
Joe Soro loves the Clippers. I'm now convinced Joe Soro loves the Clippers. There you go. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Everything about that team.
Joe Soro loves the Clippers. Juan Velasquez says the only reason people go to Clippers games because most of them are free.
Yes, that's true.
That is true, actually. Yeah, that is true. I went to go laugh at them in the 1980s to go just because they gave out a free draft party the year that they drafted Danny Manning. And I went there in a Lakers jersey and a Lakers sweats. So that was fun. Nobody seemed to bother me. That was the worst part. I didn't get any flack by going there in a Lakers uniform. So the Lakers don't hold. You notice the Lakers don't hold any draft parties? Funny how that happens.
I could have gone somewhere there, but
No, Sticks. That is not misinformation. Gerald is not a Clippers fan. And if you keep on that up, I kick you out. I'm kicking people out for calling me a Clippers fan. You call me a Clippers fan, and I will kick you out.
You'll get the
I'll
finger.
even kick Joe out. So keep it up. I'll kick you all out if I have to. Once again, it's the Lakers fast break. Get him, Gerald. Now you did it, Joe. One chip challenge, Joe. Indeed, yes. One chip challenge, Joe. Indeed. Go. You still owe people wings. I am going to eat wings in honor of you as well when that happens. So I will say that. Last thing is I need this Laker Tom turning into Clipper Tom. Well, for that you'd have to go to Lakerholics.com and you go there. But again, I was born in Inglewood, California. I am proud to say I'm a Lakers fan. I was born a Lakers fan, and I will die a Lakers fan. And I will always be a Lakers fan indeed.
Well,
Joe, I don't know.
Much like the beginnings of the Laker franchise, I was born in Detroit, like the Lakers were born in Detroit. So if you want to go technical, one up on you.
No, you don't. You're not one up on me. I was born a block away from the Los Angeles Forum, where the Los Angeles Lakers happen.
Where did the Lakers
playing.
start? What city did the Lakers start?
For me, in Los Angeles.
William Beaumont Hospital in the suburb of Detroit. Yeah,
they're the Gems.
I
bet
you didn't know that, did you?
Gems.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
The Gems were there. The Gems were there.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere in Minneapolis, but I did come to the LA area too when I was 2 years old.
All right. Well, we've lost half our audience today. Are you happy now?
Yes, my real name is Joe Soro. Sticks. My stage name is Ox.
We stopped talking about the game and started bickering because of all the BS you're throwing out there. Grant, thanks, man. Appreciate it. We went from our highest to high numbers on Saturday to now the lowest to lows.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the fact that LeBron didn't play tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Zangerstein, who is still one of our faithful, tries to ignore our banter back and forth. The mid-range shots are percentage less than even Russ's percentage layups. It was just a bad recipe for disaster.
Watching Russell Westbrook try to attempt to play basketball tonight was equally as bad as the fact that no one was around him.
You know what? I agree with that, Blue. I was born at the Daniel Freeman Hospital, again, a block away. It would have been Magic cutting the umbilical cord. It would have been Jerry West right there because he was playing up the street. It was during the right around the 1969 finals, when I was born, and I'll just leave it at that. So, sorry, Joe. True and true. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. Truly appreciate everyone watching and listening. I think we're going to cut it a little shorter tonight because obviously we're not focusing on the game. But Joe, before we head on out, I do want to mention that NBA Observations is coming up tomorrow. Hopefully, with all goes well, I'd like to talk about what's going on at the halfway mark in the NBA for a lot of these teams, including revised MVP choices, which I think is coming up as well. And then later this week on Friday, hopefully we can get an episode in of Lakers History 101. And then, yes, later this month, we will be doing a trivia game as well. So Richard says, you missed the Great Western Forum. Yeah, it's a little bit different now. It was actually Harry Styles' house when I was there, walking by, going to the YouTube theater. And they had totally redesigned it for Harry Styles' stay there. But yeah, it's not the same. It's third different color now. When you go there, yeah, it's all different. It's just not the same at all. Yeah, I miss the Great Western Forum too. But you know what? I will actually still always have it in my heart because I've got it right here. I bet Joe doesn't have one of these sitting right here. Great Western Forum, indeed. Once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. It's Gerald Glassford right there for you, and also Joe Soro. We're friends. We will always continue to be friends because our bickering online is only for your entertainment. But Jim says he lives in Hawthorne, which is right. Yeah, I actually that's one right around Hawthorne Boulevard because my dad worked in El Segundo, Hawthorne area for Northrop for a time. 10 minutes to the Fabulous Forum. It's right there. Absolutely. See, I'm from SoCal, man, just like you. I know him a little bit here and there. So there you go. Stick says Jim keeps a 9 on him. Okay. Wow, that's getting a little too much info there that I need to find out. But okay. It's okay, guys. We need to
I keep a 9 as well.
Okay.
Mine is legally, concealed.
I've got a 9 iron. It's okay, guys. We needed to laugh after tonight's game. It's all fun, Joe. It's all fun indeed. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. We'll be coming back on Tuesday and, of course, Thursday for a live watch party. And, of course, what comes after the post game. Hopefully, Joe and I won't spend the entire time bantering back and forth. We can actually talk about the game a little bit. But my friend, any last thoughts before we head on out?
I'm hoping for AD to return soon here. Doesn't look like he's going to come Thursday. LeBron looks like we'll decide to probably play Thursday because he took a week off for whatever reason. And I don't know. Let's hope they exact revenge on Dallas for the previous blowout. That's, I guess, all we can look forward to.
I will say this to our chat before we go. Hit the like button as always, and please subscribe if you haven't to already. We back over 400 after we kicked out all those individuals, those trolls out there. So we are back over 400. So it is greatly appreciated. I want to go ahead and ask the chat before we head on out, and also Joe as well. What do you think they'll do on this next 5-game homestand? Douglas lives in LA, Louisville outside of Kentucky. We've had viewers from Mexico, from England over the past few days, and just been great to seeing everybody all over the world checking us out here at the Lakers Fast Break. I think the Lakers can go 4-1 in the next 5-game homestand. What are you thinking, my friend?
So they would have to go. They would have to beat Dallas, Philly, Houston, Sacramento, and lose to Memphis.
I think they'll take the game against Memphis. I think there'll be a slip up on the way. I know they seriously. I think they will come in seriously pissed at Dallas on Thursday after that 50-point third quarter. I think that sticks with them a really, really, really long way. I mean, with teams, with pride, with teams, it really just seems to me like it's an issue there. So I think the Lakers will pull that out. I think where the slip up for me personally will come in, and that's just my thoughts on it. My guess. I think, like I said, 4-1. I think it'll be the Philadelphia game. I think they will go 0-2 against Philly this year. I really think, though. I think that's probably the team that doesn't match up well. You got Harden coming back. They're playing pretty good basketball. I think otherwise that they will go 4-1 in the 3-2. Yeah,
I don't think making predictions at this point work. I don't because I don't know who's playing.
Mm-hmm.
And if LeBron decides to not play in some of these games because he feels like whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to make a prediction on whether they're going to be competitive or not. They're not. They're not going to be competitive. You can get lucky every now. I thought they kind of, they won the Miami game without LeBron and AD, and that's understand that you got away with that one. You need to continue to play at least with one of your guys here, and they're not really valuing that. I don't making a prediction is it's only going to be dependent on who's available at this point. Everyone wants to take a game off because they feel like they want to take a game off, and to me, I have no respect for you at that point.
Jim says 3-2 with the losses coming against the Sixers and the Grizz. I think that's very sound. And Z says 4-1 as well. I think that it all depends on how the Lakers play against the Sixers and the Grizz, because Z says they might do the trip up against the Grizz. I really think that it could be a good homestand for us. Again, if LeBron does come back, they get one more body back into the mix, whether it's Troy Brown or Austin Reeves, somebody that sticks in the rotation. Oh, Sticks is so nice and says the Lakers will go 1-4. That's pretty positive outlook right there for you. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Everybody has their opinions. You got to go ahead and respect them. But Zanger Science says there are more rests this week, and all 5 games are in LA. Yeah, it's a great. This is the time. This is the time when the Lakers can actually get back into the playoff mix. They can actually feasibly get back above 500. Joe, do you think they'll go ahead and at least hit 500 by the end of the month? By the end of the month, I'm giving you.
If LeBron plays in every game and AD comes back next week, yes.
Okay.
If they decide to continue to take days off when they want to, no.
I think that's very sound. I think that's actually, a very sound analysis. I can't disagree with you.
What's sad is the fact that this league has gotten to the point where no one is playing anymore. And I seriously would think that if I was an owner of this league, say if these guys aren't going to play, I think we need to start going back to talking about contracts.
Well, that'll be a fight in the CBA, so we'll see what happens
It would
there. But
be tooth and nail.
yeah,
But if I was an owner of a team, I would definitely consider. I would put that on the table. If you guys don't want to play game in and game out without legitimate, and we know what's a legitimate injury. You don't just. We know what legitimate injuries are. You see a guy turn his ankle in one game and he's yeah, but when you're playing 2 days earlier and all of a sudden you're not playing 2 days, no anything, no evidence of anything going on, I'm going to be suspicious. And if I'm an owner and I'm going to be playing, but then again, guys, these TV contracts have probably made us. They don't care. They're just getting their money. If it's all about money, then that's what I got for you.
Stick says LeBron is fine after the previous game, then listed
Stick this in your car commercials.
10 minutes before the next. That is bogus. He was out pretty much. I think they even said it like hours before the game. I think that's when I put the original retweet out there. But yeah, this was something where I guess they didn't travel well. I guess there were some issues leaving Sacramento because of the
What's
weather.
wrong? They didn't have the right water on the plane.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to tell you what's been told to me, what I heard on the from
Did they put black olives instead of green olives on the plane?
Yeah, well, again, there was issues, I guess, that were leading to not a lot of good things happening.
Not enough cushion in the pillows.
Possibly. But what are you going to do? Lakers are going into this game with the wrong mentality. Lakers had this set up as a schedule loss, third game in 4 days, and the writing was on the wall in many ways. And as soon as LeBron was out, that was pretty much all she wrote. But once again, it's the Lakers fast break. Then LeBron could take the Houston. Okay, so Douglas, you're saying on the back-to-back that next week, that during the homestand, that LeBron would take the Houston game off after the Philly game. If the Philly game, if they win, I would probably say that he will take the Houston game off.
Jim Howe said it best. If I was in the media area, I would ask LeBron, hey, LeBron, you put the blast, rightfully so. But why aren't you playing tonight?
You know what, Gary, I can just say that right now that he has been sending more messages. If you've heard his recent comments when he had a sit-down interview with ESPN's Dave McMenamin, and also as well that he had some pointed comments after the Sacramento game to the Athletics' Sam Amick that was very carefully worded and used profanity as well to describe his frustrations with the front office. So, it's LeBron. The passive aggressiveness is there. The comments are there. And the thing is, will the front office buckle under and listen? Will they actually end up making some good trades that will help the team? We'll see. I don't have any confidence. Joe doesn't have any confidence. I know Laker Tom and my dealings with him doesn't have enough confidence in the front office, but we'll see. Maybe they can prove us all wrong and pull off a sweet deal or two to actually get us where we need to go and where we need to be in the Western Conference. But Z says, for me, it's two things. We haven't heard any interview from Rob since who knows. Yeah, that's one thing that's bothered Joe because of his non-communicado persona. Didn't you say he showed his head for the first time the other day last week, and that would have been the first time for weeks? I think that was reported on. Just he's not made any public appearances at all. During the most part of this past 4 to 6 weeks, he's really been kind of hiding, which does not speak well. You got to go ahead and be out in front and center at times like these.
Cowards hide. That's what they do.
Apparently they do indeed.
When they're in leadership positions who hide, that means they're cowards. If he was some 12th on a team, no one gives a rat's behind. When you're the leader of a team, a big leader, you lead. The leadership right now is 2 holes. It's talking out of 2 holes.
Well, the Lakers hopefully LeBron and some more players will start coming back onto the court. That could give the team a real lift as they head back home to the crypt for a 5-game homestand, which I'm looking for good productive things from. If they play anywhere near at the level that they have been playing before tonight, I see a good homestand for them. I see a very competitive homestand for them. So we'll see. It starts off against the Dallas Mavericks, and that's going to be coming up on Thursday. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. It's a TNT game, just to let everybody know, 7 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be on afterwards around 9:30 Pacific time right here at the Lakers Fast Break. If you have any questions for us, go ahead and hit us up. Lakers Fast Break on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Trovo. We're all over the place. TikTok, of course, our great folks at Courtside Lakers. We're now part of at Courtside Lakers on Instagram, over 5,000 strong there, and Lakers Fast Break on Instagram. And of course, if you just want to email us your love for us or question or comment, you can always do that to us at LakersFastBreak@yahoo.com or in the comments on YouTube. Joe and I have both been responding recently to YouTube comments, so we're really happy to that. Upload to Rumble. No, I don't go there. Don't have no interest in there. Sorry, Sticks. But I blame the Spurs for this load management crap, according to Doug. So that's something we've covered on the show many times before. We can't disagree with you there. It's obviously started there with that trend. Gary A says, I honestly hope they move him during the summer. Well, we'll see what happens. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. The Lakers do unfortunately lose 122-109. But we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, if all goes well, with an NBA observations on the halfway through the season and who are new possible MVP choices. We'll find that out. Plus, also as well, we've got another great watch party on the way for you on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, right there at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. And of course, the great post game afterwards. Sticks, you're pushing it, my friend. You're pushing it indeed. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you watching and listening. Here's hoping that you have yourself a great week. Keep following us, keep liking us, keep watching us, because we're off to some great things. Thanks so much to Zangerstein, everybody else that was part of our chat. Blue Magic, Zangerstein. Zangerstein says if they move him on the summer, he is the one pushing for it, and it'll be a dig on the front office, not him. Absolutely. Sticks, I'm really saying it. You gotta go ahead and slow it down, slow your roll there a little bit, Sticks, because this is not a Clippers page. This is a Lakers fan page. This is a Lakers Fast Break. That's what it is, and that's what it will always remain to be. So I don't know what Joe says, but that's for me. I can tell you that for sure. Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more, Joe.
What the hell is X videos and Rumble?
That's I'm sure some type of social media stuff, but
Rumble?
I believe Rumble is a social media thing. I know that a couple podcasts that are on there, I think that
Never heard of her.
Yeah, there you go. But once again, it's the Lakers Fast Break. It is Gerald Glassford. Truly appreciate you watching, listening. Joe Soro is here as well. Please go ahead and support him by, if you're in the Southern California area, transforming your lawn today with Simblades with the Y.com. And of course, it's Ox1947. Give him a shout out there at LakersBall.com. We'll be back on, of course, Tuesday with our NBA observations. Oh, Zangerstein says she thinks Rumble's like a Stitch or a playback. Okay. Like I said, I've heard of it, but I've never actually interacted with it. So that's all.
Well, maybe you should.
No, maybe I shouldn't. I've got enough social media in my life already. I've already got 15,000 seemingly social media accounts right now. So
all right, man. Right.
That'll attach to the Lakers Fast Break. You see, I'm up till 2 or 3 in the morning sometimes posting all this stuff for Lakers Fast Break.
Got nothing to do with me.
Most of it is to do with you because most of you is editing you.
Hey, I'm always on my marks. I'm sure you're okay editing, right?
Well, yeah, but still, you got to make Joe sound good for the audio listeners out there, especially after our record numbers last time out.
Yeah, but when we don't win and our players don't play, our records don't look good because our team isn't putting the full effort in.
Only the loyals come back when we lose. So that's seemingly the case. But We very much appreciate everybody who does gives us a listen and a watch, whether it's win or lose. If you haven't yet, subscribe today, but please be a part of what we do each and every time out. We're hoping for more good things. We got some great shows coming up in this week, so hopefully you'll be a part of it. And again, we'll be here Tuesday, we'll be here Thursday, and hopefully Friday as well. But some great things on the way for you coming up this week, right here at the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and everybody be safe.